Hey everyone, the Oscars are this Sunday, so I'd like to discuss my predictions for each category. So I think this year's Oscars are fairly safe in terms of what may win, what may not win. There's a few ones I have no idea what's going to win, and we'll get to those. So this year's Oscar predictions, let's start. I'll be reading uh, the names of the films in each category from most likely to win to least likely to win. Then I'll uh, tell you again which film I think will win each category. So let's get started. So first, let's start with the categories I don't really care much for. Best live action short. The nominees are Two Distant Strangers, The Letter Room, Feeling Through, The Present, and White Eye. So, uh, it seems like it's a toss up between Two Distant Strangers and The Letter Room. I know The Letter Room has Oscar Isaac in it, so I know the Oscars love celebrities in their live action short films. I think I'm just assuming, but there's been some love for Two Distant Strangers. I think so. I'm picking that one. I guess. Best documentary short. A love song for Latasha. A concerto is a conversation. Do not split. Colette and Hunger Ward. I don't know. I just picked the one most people seem to think is winning, which is a love song for Latasha. Moving on. Best animated short. If Anything Happens, I Love You. Burrow. Genius Loci. Opera. And Yes People. I think this one's actually the easiest one to predict out of these short categories. Usually, out of all the short categories, I like this one the most. Though I've only seen the one which is definitely going to win. If Anything Happens, I Love You. I thought that was pretty well done. It's on Netflix. It's very accessible, easy to predict. At least I think. Best international film. There is Another Round. Quo Vadis Ada. I probably pronounced that wrong. Collective. The Man Who Sold His Skin. And Better Days. This is an easy one. It's going to be another round. It could be a Quo Vadis Adi Ada. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's going to be another round since it got a Best Director nomination. It's been the most talked about all season out of all of these films. I hear it's great. I really want to see it. Thomas Vinterberg, great director. Love The Hunt. Anyways, best documentary feature. The nominees are My Octopus Teacher, Crip Camp, Collective, Time, The Mole Agent. Uh, I think this is definitely going to My Octopus Teacher. Maybe Crip Camp, though that hasn't been getting as much talk. Uh, people were thinking Time was going to win at the beginning, but I don't know. I don't really see it winning at all. I don't know. I think it's definitely going to My Octopus Teacher. That's great. It's a great film. It's very well filmed. A lot of people like it. I think it's going to be that. Best animated feature. This is usually a pretty safe category. Just give it to Disney or Pixar. So there's Soul, Wolfwalkers, Onward, Over the Moon, and Shaun the Sheep movie for Armageddon. It would be cool if Shaun the Sheep won. That would surprise literally everyone. Uh, Really, the only competition for Soul is Wolfwalkers. That's the only upset I see. It's going to be Soul though. Let's move on. Let's waste no more time. Best visual effects. There's Tenet, The Midnight Sky, Mulan, The One and Only Ivan, Love and Monsters. It's a toss up between Tenet and the Midnight Sky. I think it's definitely going to be Tenet. I could be wrong. I think The Midnight Sky was winning a bunch of visual effects awards and whatever guild that was, I forgot. But I still believe it's going to be Tenet. Yeah, so best sound. There's Sound of Metal, Soul, Mank, News of the World, and Greyhound. This is an easy one, I think. It's going to be Sound of Metal. It's literally in the title. The sound in Sound of Metal is fantastic. Some of the best I've seen all year, and in a while. Really, it's really uh, outstanding how sound is implemented in Sound of Metal. That absolutely deserves to win. Uh, yeah, best song. Speak Now from One Night in Miami. Husavik for from a Eurovision Song Contest. Uh, IOC, I don't, I think that's how you pronounce it, from The Life Ahead. It's also called Scene. Uh, Fight for You, Judas and the Black Messiah. And Hear My Voice, The Trial of the Chicago 7. I don't love this category. I don't know. Most of these songs are end credit songs, but I don't know. I barely remember any of these. I just saw Eurovision, so I remember that song pretty well. I like that one a lot, actually, the music. It's going to go to Speak Now, it looks like, from One Night in Miami. Uh, it's probably the best of a bunch. It was a pretty good song. Anyways, next, best score. There's Soul, Minari, Mank, News of the World, and Da Five Bloods. It's cool to get to see Da Five Bloods get a nomination, but it's not going to win. It's definitely going to be Soul. Possible upset, I can see it being Minari, maybe Mank. But this is definitely a Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross's win for sure. Best production design. There's Mank, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, The Father, News of the World, and Tenet. Uh, it's going to be Mank. I think it's probably going to be the only Oscar Mank gets. Maybe cinematography. We'll get to that. Uh, Production. It's probably one of my favorite aspects of Mank, and I didn't really like that movie, but uh, maybe Ma Rainey could win, but probably not. Or The Father. I don't know. It's going to be Mank. Best makeup and hairstyling. Uh, it's definitely Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It's been winning at the makeup guilds or whatever. The makeup in that film is phenomenal. It's very impressive. The only other film I can see possibly winning is Hillbilly Elegy, or maybe even Pinocchio. I don't know, but it's definitely gonna be Ma Rainey. I think. Best film editing. This is a tough one. Sound of Metal, The Trial of the Chicago 7, The Father, Nomadland, and Promising Young Woman. Uh, it's a tough one between Sound of Metal and The Trial of the Chicago 7. I predicted Sound of Metal, so I won't be surprised if it goes to Chicago 7. I think most of these are pretty good choices for category. It would be nice to see The Father win. Uh, yeah, it's going to be Sound of Metal, I think. Could be wrong. Best costume design, there's Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Emma, Mank, Mulan, Pinocchio. I think this is definitely Ma Rainey's Black Bottom again. Uh, if yeah, it's gonna be Ma Rainey, no doubt. Best cinematography, uh, Nomadland, Mank, Judas and the Black Messiah, News of the World, The Trial of the Chicago 7. So it's either between Nomadland and Mank. I see a lot of people choosing Mank. I'm thinking it's going to be Nomadland. Nomadland's a beautiful film, especially the skies, the landscape. The desert looks pretty. It's great. I think it's going to win Best Original Screenplay, Promising Young Woman, The Trial of the Chicago 7, Minari, Sound of Metal, Judas and the Black Messiah. So, uh, if you asked me a few months ago, I would have said Trial of the Chicago 7, but Promising Young Woman has been beating that film basically everywhere. So I really think it's going to be a Promising Young Woman, which is cool. That's a great screenplay. Uh, yeah. Best Adapted Screenplay, The Father, Nomadland, Borat subsequent movie film, One Night in Miami, The White Tiger. So yeah, I chose The Father over Nomadland for this category. I feel like Nomadland will spread the love a little bit. Maybe voters will pick The Father over Nomadland to spread it because we all know that Nomadland's going to take the top two prizes here. We'll get to that. So The Father's it's kind of a risky choice, but I'm predicting it. I could easily be wrong there. Maybe it'll be Borat. I wouldn't be too surprised there. All right, Best Supporting Actor category. We're now getting to the actings. So there's Daniel Kaluuya from Judas and the Black Messiah, Paul Raci from Sound of Metal, Sacha Baron Cohen from The Trial of the Chicago 7, Lakeith Stanfield from Judas and the Black Messiah, and Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami. Uh, this is probably the easiest out of all the acting categories. Surprisingly, it's going to be Daniel Kaluuya, who played Fred Hampton in Judas and the Black Messiah. He's fantastic. He steals the show. I would love to see Paul Raci win though. From Sound of Metal, he's fantastic. Uh, Great category. A lot of good picks. It's going to be Kaluuya. Don't vote against it because you'll get it wrong probably. Uh, Best Supporting Actress: Yoo Jung Yoon, Minari, Maria Bakalova, Borat's subsequent movie film, Glenn Close, Hillbilly Elegy, Olivia Colman, The Father, and Amanda Seyfried, Mank. This used to be a hard category before a bunch of awards awarded Yoo Jung Yoon. Yeah, now it's really easy. It's going to be Yoo Jung Yoon from Minari. She played the grandma. She's great. She absolutely deserves it. She's my favorite in this category for sure. Um, some people think it's going to be Glenn Close. Let's face it, she's not going to win an Oscar ever. I don't think, unfortunately. And this is not the performance that's going to make her win. I think Maria Bakalova maybe could win. She's great. Uh, so it's going to be Yoo Jung Yoon for sure. Anyways, Best Actor: uh, Chadwick Boseman, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Anthony Hopkins, The Father, Riz Ahmed, Sound of Metal, Stephen Yeun, Minari, and Gary Oldman, Mank. Great category other than Gary Oldman. I didn't think it was that great, but yeah, if you asked me for the BAFTAs, I would have said that Chadwick Boseman 100% has this in the bag. But now I'm starting to think Anthony Hopkins has a really good chance after his BAFTA win. It could be because of a bias of it's the BAFTAs are British, but I would argue maybe not because Olivia Colman won the BAFTA for The Favorite, and she went on to win the Oscar over Glenn Close for The Wife. So I don't know. It's definitely going. I'm pretty sure it's Chadwick Boseman, but there's a doubt in my mind that it could go to Anthony Hopkins. There's also a lot of love for Riz Ahmed. He's fantastic as well. I would love to see him win too, but it's probably gonna be Boseman. Though there could be an upset there. We'll see. Best Actress. There's Carey Mulligan, Viola Davis, or I should say, Carey Mulligan, Promising Young Woman, Viola Davis, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Andra Day, The United States versus Billie Holiday, Frances McDormand, Nomadland, Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of a Woman. So this is the most difficult category of the Oscars this season. It could go to one of four of these people, not Vanessa Kirby, unfortunately. She's great, but she won't win. So the weird thing about this category is that every all of these nominees have won something. Carey Mulligan won the Critics' Choice, Viola Davis won the SAG Award, Andra Day won the Golden Globe, and Frances McDormand won the BAFTA. Now I'm leaning less towards Frances McDormand since three of the other nominees weren't even nominated for the BAFTA. Uh, so yeah, I feel like if Carey Mulligan or Viola Davis or Andra Day, if they were nominated for a BAFTA, they would have beaten Frances McDormand. Maybe I don't know. Who's to say? Um, I'm more leaning towards either Carey Mulligan or Viola Davis. I'm picking Carey Mulligan right now. I could easily switch to Viola Davis later, last second. I've been switching back and forth towards them several times. I don't know. I'm picking Carey Mulligan right now. Um, yeah, Best Director. We're now going from the hardest category to the easiest category. Chloe Zhao, Nomadland. Thomas Vinterberg, Another Round. Emerald Fennell, Promising Young Woman. Lee Isaac Chung, Minari, and David Fincher, Mank. Uh, this is Chloe Zhao's win for sure. Nobody else has a chance. I don't know. Maybe Thomas Vinterberg. His movie wasn't nominated for Best Picture, but I don't know. Maybe it's wishful thinking. But I gave him the second slot. But it's going to be Chloe Zhao. Her direction for Nomadland is fantastic and absolutely deserving to win. Now on to the category we've all been waiting for, Best Picture. Uh, I think it's going to be fairly predictable. I don't think there's going to be an upset here, but let's name all the films in this category. Nomadland, The Trial of the Chicago 7, Minari, Promising Young Woman, The Father, Sound of Metal, Judas and the Black Messiah, and Mank. It's the winner is Nomadland. Uh, it's been taking the Best Picture award through basically every award show. Um, maybe Trial of the Chicago 7 is second place. Who knows? Maybe Minari. There's a lot of love for Sound of Metal, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Same with The Father. It's Nomadland's to lose, basically, and I want to be risky and choose something else, something totally random. I don't know, something else, but it's going to be Nomadland. Anyways, that is it. That is all the categories for this year's Oscars. I hope you do well. Uh, Bye.